Hello and a warm welcome to India Today. I'm Avantika Singh. Let's now take a quick look at all the stories making headlines from the world of sports, entertainment, gadgets and all the national and international news in non-stop 100. Maharashtra Minister Eknath Khadse denies any link with Dawood Ibrahim, but evidence continues to contradict his claims of innocence. In fact, all details show that in the last 3 months between January and March 2015, 7 phone calls were exchanged between the two numbers. Eknath Khadse, meanwhile, is brazening it out after India Today's report has now drawn him some serious flack. Questioned by a reporter on the allegations that he had spoken to Dawood, Khadse replied that he did not care and that he was a big man. Mumbai Police, meanwhile, has taken cognizance of India Today's report that Dawood spoke to Eknath Khadse last year. Mumbai Police has started another round of investigation in the fresh allegation levelled against him. Uttarakhand Chief Minister appeared before the CBI in the cash for votes case. Meanwhile, Harish Rawat said that he will cooperate with the CBI in the probe into a sting video showing the Chief Minister offering bribes to rebel Congress MLAs. Protests broke out in Srinagar this after daily wage workers took to the streets. Workers clashed with police and the protest did take a violent turn. Sarbanand Sonawal is to be sworn in as the Chief Minister of Assam in a mega coronation ceremony today. The Prime Minister, Amit Shah and BJP Chief Ministers are to be present for the event. Himanta Biswa expected to be handed a key ministry in the state. After a massive controversy, one common medical examination for all medical aspirants, President Pranab Mukherjee has now signed the ordinance to ensure NEET is implemented by next year, thereby overruling the Supreme Court's order to implement the examination from this year itself. 2 were gunned down in a brief encounter with security forces in Srinagar. Police say that they killed 2 terrorists, including Jaish-e-Mohammed commander Saifullah, in a market near the city centre. Beijing has yet again firmly reiterated its stand against an exception being granted to India in joining the Nuclear Suppliers Group, an exclusive group that governs nuclear trade. Intelligence agency sources have revealed that the first ISIS video featuring Indian jihadis is most likely to be a year old. This video was apparently recorded before the Islamic State dispatched the jihadis to fight civil war in Iraq and Syria. ISIS recruits from India may have taken bank loans to finance their journey to war-torn Syria to join Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi-led caliphate. Now, Abu Anas, a software engineer from Rajasthan, revealed to investigators that he took personal loan from a reputed bank to fund the trips of the 2 ISIS recruits. Trouble continues to mount for Vijay Mallya as the Enforcement Directorate now is aiming at a big crackdown on the tycoon to recover 9,400 crore rupees. Therefore, within the next 2 to 3 weeks, the ED would now begin the process by provisionally attaching both movable and immovable properties of the liquor baron. While Gujarat Chief Minister was busy speaking at an event commemorating her 2 years of power in the state, 3 of her ministers were seen in the background in slumber. Sports and Education Minister were caught taking a nap. Angry over actor Rishi Kapoor's recent remarks questioning the naming of country's assets after the Gandhi family, the Congress workers named a public toilet in Allahabad after the Bollywood personality. Dozens of people who were injured during a head-on collision between 2 buses in Uttarakhand, Srinagar had to be treated inside a hospital but under candlelight owing to power cuts. A leopard cub has been rescued from a residential house in Pulwama district in South Kashmir. The cub was left behind as the mother leopard fled soon after giving birth to 2 cubs in the house. In a shocking tragedy, a motorist was killed on Delhi's outskirts, not in traffic but by a highway signboard that came crashing down on him. In Gujarat, Surat, a man stabbed his former girlfriend after being allegedly jilted. In fact, the stabbing was caught on CCTV and the girl has now been admitted to a hospital where she is presently recovering. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister launched a scathing attack on the Prime Minister during a public meeting in Badayu, where he has alleged that the centre sent empty water tankers to the state. Akhilesh Yadav even took a dig at the Prime Minister's remark that water is the ultimate gift from God. A woman who was travelling along with her husband delivered a baby inside a moving train as she developed labour pains. In fact, the incident took place in Farrukhabad, where the train staff took quick action and aided the delivery. Both the mother and child were then admitted to the hospital and both are said to be stable. Massive protest broke out outside Chief Minister Kejriwal's residence. In fact, BJP workers spearheaded the agitation over the water and power crisis in the national capital. And as the capital reels under power shortage, the Delhi Chief Minister is all set to hold a crucial meeting with 3 power discoms at 2 in the afternoon today. The Sangh Parivar is under fire after images of Bajrang Dal cadre were released practicing with firearms and targeting terrorists who were dressed up in skull caps. Supreme Court dismissed a PIL seeking to cut 100% water supply to breweries in Maharashtra. This plea in the Supreme Court sought to completely stop water supply to liquor manufacturers in drought-affected regions. Rape accused Baba Parmanand was taken into custody today after 2 women filed an FIR against him for sexually exploiting them. He will now be produced at the Barabanki court today. News now from Delhi. Rains lashed the city, giving some much-needed respite to people. The showers followed a dust storm in the afternoon, bringing the mercury down. But scarcity of water has forced residents of a village near Delhi out of their homes. The villagers of Ghumamhera have now relocated after seeing no solution in sight. A study released says bread samples in Delhi contained cancer-causing chemicals. This report by a top scientific group has prompted the Union Health Ministry to order an immediate probe. A businessman was shot dead by unidentified assailants in South Delhi's Lajpat Nagar. The bike-borne gunman shot at the businessman from close range, injuring him grievously. He died on his way to the hospital. Putting the capital once again to shame, an old woman was brutally thrashed by her own daughter inside her home. The heartbreaking video was caught on camera. The woman who lives alone was thrashed after her daughter found that she kept the room unkept. Bombay High Court has stayed the trial against actor Suraj Pancholi on accused of abetting the suicide of actress Jia Khan. The High Court posted for next month a petition filed by Jia's mother seeking a SIT probe into her daughter's death. A CBI court has rejected the bail application of former media baron Pranab Mukherjee, who has been arrested in connection with the murder of Sheena Bora. The judge said that the bail application was rejected on the basis of facts in case diary. Congress workers in Maharashtra's Sholapur held a protest against veteran actor Rishi Kapoor, who had recently been quite critical of naming important places after the Gandhi family. Maharashtra southern scam accused and NCP leader Chhagan Bhujbal will now be taken for a medical checkup. The former Deputy Chief Minister had sought bail on health grounds, which was rejected. Buddhist monks organized a protest march against the killing of an elderly monk in Bangladesh. To protest against this heinous crime, a silent protest was organized at the Gateway of India. News from Hyderabad, where a Delhi University professor, G.N. Sai Baba, has been released from a Hyderabad jail. Soon after his release, he visited the Telangana Martyrs Memorial to pay his tributes. He announced that he would lead a people's movement in the state. After slight relief, heat wave once again gripped Andhra Pradesh. The highest temperature, in fact, was recorded at 44 degrees Celsius, while the mercury crossed 40 degrees Celsius mark at about 11 places. Andhra Pradesh government will be completing the process of relocation of its offices to the new capital Amravati by the end of June. Construction of 2 additional floors of the transitional headquarters has also been stopped. A youth was thrashed and his head was also severed after women over eve teasing in Khammam region of Telangana. The police say that the youth was allegedly caught in the act by local women who tied him to a pole and began thrashing him. After a man jumped into a lion's den inside a zoo, cops have now booked him in a bid to kill himself. The man had entered into the enclosure and was then rescued by the zookeepers. News now from Bengaluru, where a teenage girl who had just passed her metric and was expected to join college soon has now become the latest victim of a killer BMTC bus. The girl was riding pillion with her brother when she was knocked down on the road and was killed instantly. The results of the common law admission test have been announced. Viraj Anand, a science student, has topped the coveted exam. The Common Mobility Card project, in which a single smart card is used across various modes of transport, has now run into troubled waters. The Bangalore Metropolitan Transport Corporation and the Metro Rail Corporation are opposing views on this matter. The BMRCL has tied up with a startup to provide last-mile connectivity to commuters. For now, commuters can rent basic two-wheelers or bicycles by the hour. Ram Reddy's National Award-winning debut feature Tithi is now set to hit screens in major cities on the 3rd of June. This film has also won international acclaim and a successful theatrical release in the state of Karnataka. News from Tamil Nadu, where DMK leaders led by Karunanidhi met in Chennai today to strategize on their opposition strategy. It was decided that MK Stalin will now be leading the opposition in assembly. Moments after she took oath as the Chief Minister, Jayalalitha announced a slew of freebies, orders shutting of 500 wine shops and even offers 100 units of free electricity to each family and waived off loans to farmers. And within hours of taking oath, the Chief Minister also included 4 more ministers to her cabinet. Gokul Bhaskaran, Sevur Ramachandran, Nilofar Kabil and Balakrishnan Reddy will now take oath as the new ministers on Wednesday. DMK Chief Karunanidhi has cried foul after his heir and party youth leader Stalin was stated to sit on one of the back seats during the swearing-in ceremony. Stalin, in fact, sat in the 10th row. Union Minister and senior BJP leader Venkaiah Naidu says it's the responsibility of the state to fulfill all the election promises that were made by the Chief Minister. He says the centre will have nothing to do with it. News from Kerala, where CPIM and CPI, two major parties in the Left Democratic Front, which was voted to power, has finalised their list of ministers. 12 of them will be new faces. Meanwhile, the Chief Ministerial candidate P. Vijayan addressed a press conference today and said that a time of goodness, justice and peace will now begin in the state of Kerala. After finishing second, the state Congress chief, V.M. Sudhiran, has spoken out saying the loss was a collective failure. He said that there were various reasons and the liquor policy didn't backfire. NGT has banned the use of diesel vehicles which are over 2000 cc and older than 10 years. Also, a fine of Rs 10,000 will now be imposed if older diesel vehicles run after 30 days. A defence security personnel was found dead in Kochi Naval Base. The Navy has now ordered an inquiry after the security personnel was found dead with gunshot wounds. A CPIM supporter was killed in a turf war clash with the Trinamool Congress workers in Birbhum. Bombs were even hurled and several shots were fired as workers clashed amongst each other. A CPIM worker was hurt and he died at a hospital. TMC workers allegedly assaulted several BJP supporters in South 24 Parganas as well. According to the victims, TMC workers stormed inside their party office and started trashing them before setting it on fire. A building collapse in Kolkata killed one and injured another person. The mayor said that repair work had not been carried out despite several warnings made by the administration. Media persons took out a march in Kolkata to protest the arrest of journalists who were covering post-violence in Jhargram. The arrested reporters were earlier attacked by Trinamool workers. A cargo ship rammed into a riverbank after one of its engines broke down. The ship was travelling just near the Sirfil area when it lost its control. No injuries have been reported in the incident. Now some international news, where a monitoring group says that bomb blasts have killed nearly 150 people in the Syrian coastal cities of Jable and Tartus, where the reports say hundreds have been injured in the spate of attacks in the war-torn country. The death toll of 2 terrorist attacks that targeted army recruits and a military brigade in Yemen's Aden has now reached 50 and 20 others have also been injured. The suicide attack targeted the newly trained soldiers. Senior Afghan Taliban figures have met to agree on a successor to Mullah Akhtar Mansour, the leader of the militant movement who US President Barack Obama confirmed had been killed in an American airstrike during the weekend. A powerful Afghan provincial governor says that power struggles in Taliban following the death of Mullah Akhtar Mansoor will probably fuel a pickup in fighting and suicide attacks in the coming weeks. Iraq's defense minister says military operation to flush out Islamic State militants is going on very well. The offensive against the hardline Sunni militants was being fought by the army and non-military militia. Austria elected a 72-year-old former leader of the Greens party to be their next president, narrowly avoiding becoming the first country in the European Union to vote in a far-right candidate as head of state. Israeli police officers shot dead a female assailant who ran towards them brandishing a knife at checkpoint in the occupied West Bank. The identity of the assailant is yet to be confirmed. Before his visit to Japan, US President Barack Obama says that he would emphasize on friendly ties between former enemies and reiterated that he would not apologize for the devastating Hiroshima attack. A 10-second surveillance video footage has caught just how a motorcyclist cheated death from an overturning heavy-duty truck, and this incident was reported from East China's Fujian province. A total of 28 Siberian tiger cubs have now been born at a tiger park in northeast China province since April. The youngest two cubs were born just 4 days ago. A family in Texas lost their home after two tornadoes were reported from near the area. Local media reported that the family took shelter in a closet as powerful winds damaged the walls of their house and brought down tree branches. North Korea's 19th Pyongyang Spring International Trade Fair has opened. Video provided by North Korea's official news agency shows visitors looking around products including carpets, computers and televisions that were seen on display. A fire swept through a dormitory at a school for girls from poor families in Thailand, killing at least 17 of them and injuring 5 others. The fire broke out late as the girls were sleeping at the Christian school in Chiang Rai. The ashes of acclaimed Colombian writer Gabriel Garcia Marquez was laid to rest at a ceremony honoring the Nobel Prize-winning author. A rarely seen twin rainbow dominated the headlines of local social media posts in Beijing. Numerous images and cell phone videos of this rainbow went viral on China's most popular social media platforms. And now for some sports news. Bangalore will be hosting Gujarat in the first qualifier of IPL 9. The winner of the match will go through to the final, and the loser will have another chance and will face the winner of the qualifier 2 in eliminator. The Indian team for the 3 ODIs and 3 T20s against Zimbabwe has been announced. Dhoni will be leading a second-string Indian side. Majority of the seniors, including Virat, Rohit, Shikhar, Raina, Ashwin, have all been rested. Selectors also announced the test squad for West Indies series. Kohli will be leading the 17-man squad. Rahane has been named the deputy, and other than the usual suspects, we have S. Thakur earning a maiden call-up, and Shami too has made a return. India's javelin sensation Neeraj Chopra won a silver in Warsaw, but he failed to qualify for the Rio Olympics. The Olympics qualification standard for men's javelin in 83 meters, and the 19-year-old could manage to 79.73 meters. Hockey India has announced that women's team for the 4-nation tournament in Dawood, and it's Sushila Chanu who will be leading the team in place of Ritu Rani, who has been rested. India will be competing with Australia, New Zealand and Japan in the tournament. Chris Woakes has been added in place of injured Ben Stokes to the England squad for the second test against Sri Lanka. Stokes sustained a knee injury during the first test and will undergo a knee operation. Steve Smith believes the day-night test against Pakistan at Gaba will be a rare test for batsmen. The Aussie captain expects the pink ball will cause more trouble in humid conditions at Brisbane. Manchester United have now sacked Louis van Gaal as the manager. Jose Mourinho is widely expected to take up the coaching reign of the Red Devils. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is all set to join Manchester United. According to reports, the star striker has agreed to a 1-year deal with an option for a further year. Defending champion Stanislas Wawrinka survived a first-round scare at Roland Garros. In fact, the Swiss battled back from 2-1 down to win a 5-set thriller against 59th-ranked Lucas Rosol. Now for some entertainment news, and we're getting to hear that Salman Khan's rumoured girlfriend Ilya Vantur has cleared all the rumours and speculation about her pictures in a wedding dress that went viral. She took to Twitter and started out by saying that she was never married and is in no hurry to get married. Salman Khan and Suraj Bharjatiya will be uniting once again, but this time for an action film, which is a remake of a southern blockbuster. Suraj, in fact, will not be directing this film, but will be directed by South director Sukumaran. Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan Khan, and Amitabh Bachchan's granddaughter, Navya Naveli Nanda, both graduated from Sevenoaks School in London. The versatile actor Nawazuddin Siddiqui feels doing movies abroad has become a status symbol, though his 8 films have been screened in Cannes in the last 3 years. Sushant Singh Rajput has deleted his social media account apparently over relentless questions about his alleged breakup with TV actor Ankita. After his 2002 film Everybody Says I'm Fine, actor Rahul Bose has now decided to direct another film with Purna, which is a biopic about Malavat Purna, a tribal girl from Telangana. Frida Pinto, who's been making waves globally, is now back in Mumbai, and she's here to work on a movie on human trafficking, and her co-stars will be Manoj Bajpayee and Richard Chadha. Hollywood star Daniel Craig may visit India next month. In fact, the British actor will be the star attraction at a charity football match between Bollywood celebrities and politicians in the national capital on the 11th of June. Leonardo DiCaprio has been slammed for taking a private jet to pick up an environmental award in New York. Singer Madonna paid an emotional tribute to late pop icon Prince along with veteran musician Stevie Wonder at the Billboard Music Awards. Hong Kong-based TCL Communication-owned Alcatel launched its 4G-enabled Popstar smartphone in India, which is exclusively available on e-commerce portal Gadget 360. A company in Taiwan, Asus, has launched a refreshed version of its Zenfone Max phone in India at a starting price of 9,999 rupees for the base 2 GB RAM model. Well, Facebook has apologized after refusing to run an advertisement featuring plus-size model Tess Holliday wearing a bikini. A feminist group flagged Facebook for that decision. Xiaomi's first drone is set to be unveiled on the 25th of May. The video teaser unveils an all-white quadcopter drone. The drone marks the company's entry into the UAV market. Gartner has come out with its latest data showing that Android yet again rules the worldwide smartphone market with 84.1% market shares, while iOS follows second at 14.8% in the first quarter sales.